that I can't hear any one of you. So if you want to ask me something or say something, please unmute yourself and speak because otherwise I just feel like I'm talking to myself in the living room. All right. So you will forgive me if I move too fast or too slow, or if my movements are not quite so perfect. I tried my best to prepare for tonight's session. And many times when I talk, I lose count, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do 6 or more or less. So you will forgive me, but at any rate, follow the movements while I still talk to you. So we're going to begin tonight with the 7 Tai Chi Ruler warm-ups, okay? And for that, we're going to use our Tai Chi ruler. So we will begin by turning to your right, and in our stance, one leg forward, one back, we will do gentle circling of the arms 6 times, focusing on the breath. When the wand moves up, we inhale, downward movement of the wand, we exhale. Five. And we are turning to your left side and repeat. And 4. And 5. We will turn again to your right side, this time with 60% body weight over the back leg. We're going to do a gentle rocking, 60% body weight over the back leg, 40% over the front leg. We will do a gentle rocking. Beautiful. That was 6. And now we're turning to the opposite side. And you're going to catch me that maybe sometimes I'm moving faster, other times slower. That's just because I tend to move fast. And Tai Chi was difficult for me from the very beginning just because it forces me to move slow when probably all my life I'm moving fast. That's why we all need to practice Tai Chi. Again, 60% of body weight over the back leg. And 4.
Do we exhale when we go up?
I'm inhaling as I'm bringing the wand up, and I'm exhaling.
Okay.
I bring the wand, the ruler down. And if we think that Tai Chi is all about the energy, truth be told, the energy gathered through movement, we will now turn to your right side, and we're going to carry 60% of body weight over the front leg this time in a little bit of a lunge. What I'm going to talk about shortly is the importance to engage the stomach muscles by lifting the stomach muscles while we do this. The stomach muscles protect the lower back, and the pelvis with the stomach muscles are the core. They are the ones that move the arms. The movement of the arms and should come from the torso and the abdominal muscles. We will turn to the other side, and we will have 60% over the front leg, 40% over the back leg. It's also a big stretch for if we were to rock a little bit more. Of course, this I've seen this both with Sifo Allen And in my research, can be done through a forward bend, stretches the hamstring muscles, but there are many variations. They should be taken to one's comfort. So we're going to stay safe with 60% weight over the front leg and probably 5 and 4. We're going to turn to the right side now, and we will do the greater heavenly glory. And it's a gentle rocking forward and back with even 50% body weight as we rock. Five and 6. We will turn to the left side and greater heavenly glory. As the arms bring back, as we bring the elbows back, tighten the shoulder blades gently. It's an amazing exercise for the shoulder blades, for opening the chest. The shoulders are protected as the arms remain aligned by the ruler. And more or less, they were 6. We're going to turn facing forward in a horse stance, and we will do a figure 8, a vertical figure 8 of the ruler. And tightening the stomach, remembering to keep the knees softly bent. Softly bent. Beautiful. Lifting the stomach muscles in, and it's the torso, gentle rotation. So the arms should not be waving far away. Very good. Lifting the stomach muscles, and it's a gentle torso rotation as well. And of course, I lost complete count of how many times we've done. We'll do one more time. Very nice. Now we're going to walk forward and back at a 45-degree angle, and we will go. I have to walk backwards already because the space doesn't allow me. Beautiful. And now we're going to stop in the center, and we're going to do circling movements with a wand. And what I recommend about these movements, I discussed with Sifu Allen how wonderful they are to prevent carpal tunnel syndrome or golfer's elbow or tennis elbow, conditions of the wrist after repetitive movement. So we're gonna let's begin with the wand vertically, left hand on top. Your top hand is facing you, is facing down, is facing away. And we're gonna come to the top. We're gonna repeat 6 times. The top hand is coming towards you. It's coming down, it's coming away. And that was 2. We'll do 3 and 4. 5 and 6. Remember, soft knees. Good job. We're going to rotate, have the other hand on the top, top hand coming towards you, going down, going away. That was 1 and 2. Staying strong through the core. 3, 4, and 5. And one more time. 6, beautifully. Now we're going to rotate the wand horizontally in a figure 8, horizontal figure 8. Beautiful. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. And now we're going to come down. And what I was saying in the other class is that the Romanian women, I'm Romanian, we wash clothes by hand. I grew up doing it and watching my mom doing it. And this was a classic movement that they do to bring the water out of the clothes they have washed. Beautiful. And I'm going to say Romanian women have very strong hands usually. Good job. And now we can take this at the height, a little higher. 4 and 5 and 6, and we will stop here. So we're going to continue now with the first 12 steps in the 8 immortal flutes. I'm sorry, my yoga mat is moving a little bit underneath me. So the first 12 steps in the 8 immortal flutes. There are about 20 steps, and we will repeat each of them 3 times. So we will commence. We will take a step laterally, legs a little bit wider, knees soft, hips opened a little bit wider. Master Paul Lee, with whom I took some of my training, called this song. We have to song the joints by opening and softening them. I'll repeat, lifting and bracing through the abdominal muscles. We will take our Chinese ruler and we will do commencement. Moving forward, we'll do 3 times. 1 and 2. Remember to move with your breath. 3, feel the chest expanding with air. We're going to move, rock the boat. And please remember to lift the stomach muscles up and in. Rotate the whole torso softly to one side and to the other. And as a physical therapist, I will tell you that as we advance in age, rotation of the spine is what we lose first. Stiffness and tightness of the spine, and the spine that lacks flexibility will be injured. So these rotational movements are extremely healthy, not only for the gut and digestive system, the way Sifu Allen teaches us, but also to prevent back injuries. And now we're going to continue with fisherman cast the net. And we will cast the net this way and this way. And Sifu Allen was talking to me before the class and saying how in some masters practice this particular technique, like throwing water out of the bucket. So it can be done more than one way, throwing water out of the bucket or circling it. Remember not to take the arms too high where you don't feel comfortable. Remember to rotate the torso slightly and to engage with the abdominal muscles. Beautiful. We're going to continue with rainbow across the sky. And now we're moving the arms in a beautiful rainbow across the sky. And you notice that I'm trying to slow down because as I talk, I pick up speed. And Tai Chi, it's contemplative movement. And we should all be more mindful about our inner temple. Beautiful. Next movement will be brush the knees. So we will be walking forward, right leg facing right leg, starting the movement, right hand on the bottom of the ruler, bring, flip, left leg forward, left hand on the bottom. And we'll go 3 and 4. And I have no room to move anymore, so I'm going to do it in place. 5 and 6, beautifully. And now in the setup candle, our vertical Chinese ruler will move 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Beautiful. And now we're going to walk backwards in repulse the monkey. And we will go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Beautiful. We're going to continue with rooster stance on one foot, and it will be for the ones that cannot balance very well. It's okay to lift the leg very little or to just come on the tippy toe. A modification to ensure safety for the ones that can balance on one leg. We will be balancing. Look at me, lose my balance. Very nice. And we're going to continue with striking the gong. We will do 3 moves, powerful moves, striking a gong. Remember to engage the stomach muscles. And 4, 5, and 6. We're going to continue on the other side. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Continuing to dragon tail stirs water. We're in our basic position, strong core. The dragon is really, really stirring its tail. It's an amazing abdominal strengthening exercise. If you remember to tighten your stomach muscles in and you do this gentle movement side to side with the dragon's tail, your abdominal muscles will definitely get a workout. And we're going to finish up with the dragon displaying claws, in which one hand is facing you, one hand is facing outwards, and we'll do a flip, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. We're going to bring our feet together, and we have concluded our sequence of steps performed so far. We are now continuing with the yoga, with the sun salutation sequence of yoga. And after going through the movements, I'm going to try to modify some of them using the Chinese ruler. All right. So I'm going to go. You may choose to follow me or not. I'm not sure if you have a mat. The session is really not so much about doing the Hatha yoga, but we will begin in Tadasana. And I want to come back to the Tadasana. Allow me in just 1 minute to demonstrate the whole sequence quickly, and then we're going to try to modify using the Chinese ruler. So in Tadasana pose, again, I will return to the pose in a moment. We'll bring the arms upwards in a sun salutation. We will close the body, breathing out, chest forward. We're going to come back in a downward facing dog, plank, step, coming forward, bring one leg in front, warrior 1. We're going to move into warrior 2, triangle pose, We're gonna downward facing dog. We're gonna switch sides. Warrior one, warrior two, triangle pose. And we'll bring feet together and we're gonna close with the sun salutation. So in yoga, this particular sequence can be modified to use the Chinese one. And for example, in the Tadasana, our feet will be a little bit wider than in the Hatha Yoga positioning. I would like our feet to be hips distance apart. With the toes should still feel slightly turned in, knees should be soft. And we can do the sun salutation using our Chinese ruler. And we will plunge down, always to your level of comfort. Do not injure your back. You can go only half distance. I will repeat just one more time. For people that cannot, don't feel comfortable bending forward too much, the sun salutation can be modified to just a gentle forward flexion of the spine. We can follow with the chair pose. In the chair pose, we're going to sit on our heels, feel the body weight in the heels. You should be able to wiggle the toes. You should feel your buttock muscles working a lot and the hamstring muscles on the back of the thigh. And now we're going to leave the Chinese ruler and we're going to bring the arms upwards, lifting through the abdominal muscles and maintaining the posturing for 3 seconds. And we're going to bring it down. And we can repeat 2 more times. We're going to go in the chair pose. We're going to bring the arms up. Stabilize. The knees should be slightly open. Make sure your knees do not collapse inwards. That's going to give you knee pain. So make sure you song your joints. Bring the ruler down. And one more time. Chair pose. Feeling, again, the weight in the heels, the buttock muscles, the stomach muscles lifted. And we're going to bring the body back to neutral. When it comes to the warrior poses, we're going to step out to the side. The front leg should be aligned. The heel of the front leg should be aligned with the heel of the back leg. The leg that's behind should be turned about 45 degrees. And we can use our ruler in front and move it this way. Beautiful. So we can do a little bit of a lunge forward. And then we can turn to the other side. The leg that's in front, again, the heel should be aligned with the heel of the leg that's behind. And one more time. Beautiful. What I would like to cover, the last position that I can think of where we can use the Chinese ruler, the Tai Chi ruler. It's the triangle pose where the ruler can act like a very nice prop supporting us. So in the triangle pose, one is supposed to either touch the floor if there's enough flexibility, or one can use the ruler to lean on, and we can do a beautiful triangle pose using our ruler. Very nice. The head and neck should be looking at the hand that's above, if comfortable. We're going to come back to neutral. We're going to repeat on the other side. We're going to step in a wide stance. We're going to lean on the ruler with a hand that's down. Feeling a beautiful lengthening through the spine. And we're going to return to neutral. when preparing for the class and studying with Sifu Alan, I was very impressed by um, a a Tai Chi master who kind of put together a fusion between the Hatha Yoga and Tai Chi. And the reason why I decided to spend more time presenting these two posturing, they are considered sacred postures. In Hatha Yoga is Tadasana, which is a posture of ascension of energy. It's a posture in which that unites the heaven with the earth or the earth with heaven. The whole body energy expands upward. The body opens. In the Wu Chi posturing, it's a posturing of emptiness, of emptying the body of all the energies that we want to send them through the bottom of our feet to the ground. So let's practice them together. Tadasana is supposed to be performed with the big toes together. And if you have bunions, just keep the bunions together. The heels should be slightly apart. The chest should be open and lifted. The arms should be out to the side, straight fingers, radiating energy. Your feet should be radiating energy, straight, forceful, toes on the ground, the neck lengthened through the back of the neck. And with every breath, feel the energy rising. And when we take a breath in, the entire abdomen, the ribs, the chest flares and opens strongly and forcefully with the arms. And then we allow the energy to lower. Ujjayi breath is practiced in this posturing, and that's a breath like the force of the wind blowing between the trees through the back of the throat. And now combining with the Wu Chi posturing, in the Wu Chi posturing, our stance will be a lot wider, big toes still more straight. We're in a squat, and now the whole energy goes down. And the breath should be soft like a baby breath, only through the belly. So this would be the Wu Chi posturing, which for the sake of not running really behind, I'm not quite sure how well I'm timing myself. We're going to spend just maybe 3 breaths. Feel the energy low this time. The energy is low. Feel the feet firmly planted on the ground. The shoulders should be slightly down and slumped, and the arms and the hands allowing all the energy of the body to lower. We're going to spend 3 breaths, which should be just soft, gentle belly breaths. We're going to now combine the 2 positions. So rather than being in Tadasana, in hyperextension, fully arched and elevated, or in Wu Chi, so down and low, we're going to have our feet hips distance apart, with the toes again aligned in the center. Your legs will feel like they're slightly inwardly rotated. The knees should be soft, but not as bent as in a Tai Chi positioning. The hands still out to the side. And now we're gonna, while we're maintaining an upright posturing, let's feel the breath, and we're gonna do maybe 6 breaths, okay, in which we are maintaining this upright positioning while we're doing Ujjayi breath, allowing the breath to flow upwards, and then feeling in the exhalation the energy lowering all the way through the feet onto the ground. So everybody on their own pace. We're going to do 6 breaths. Try to maintain the upright posture, which again, we all lose it as we go through life. That's why I just fell in love with this posturing, and I wanted to share them with you. So let's all breathe. And that was my sixth breath. Namaste.